What do we need more of? Or less of? What do we need more of? Okay. And we have protection on the bottom. These are mudras that are going to help with what we need more or less of. And we have connectedness and tolerance. It's so funny because we have tolerance, be generous, over the frustration, what we need more of. So perhaps we need more frustration because we're practicing being tolerant, being generous with our tolerance. And what we need less of, we have ideation. Ideation is like a form of ideas, or like a creation of a bunch of ideas. So it makes me think of this real Piscean, Neptunian, almost like escaping reality fantasy type thing. And with that, you have connectedness, I belong. So it's telling me that this connectedness would bring us out of our imagination, out of this ideation that we need less of. Now on the bottom we have trust in reverse, so perhaps this is why we have protection, because this protection is against this trust in reverse, a protection against the lie, a protection against distrustful things, protection against dishonesty. Perhaps this is what the frustration is. Let's see what the tarot has to say, and then we'll get some confirmation from the gold foiled tarot. Now on the top, this card comes out, the Three of Cups. See, this is this freaking outside energy. The sun is on the bottom, which you see this connectedness. You see the connectedness in there. With the Fool in reverse. I said it. There's justice. Justice. The Two of Cups right on top of the connectedness. And then we have the Magician with the Eight of Pentacles. It's almost like what we've been working on for a long time. We've been manifesting this for a long time. Perhaps we're manifesting. We're hard at work manifesting perhaps this love, this new love, this connectedness. What we need less of. And then we have the Justice. And maybe the ideation is of this love. It's like, oh, I keep on thinking of this love, and I'm like, oh, and it's really taking us to this ideation, and this is where we're supposed to connect. Perhaps we're supposed to connect with our higher self, or it's the Bee Mudra. The Bahama Mudra helps us deal with any kind of allergy and strengthens the immune system. You can activate your immune system and your sense of smell like this. Breathe deeply 6 to 12 times and imagine that you can smell something agreeable, even seductive. Then breathe normally and imagine how you can have, do, and be whatever you want without any annoying allergies. Bear in mind that it is not nature or your surroundings which give you symptoms, but rather your own fears, antipathies, and limitations, mostly on the subconscious level. And you're supposed to say, I go out to meet nature, my fellow beings, and daily challenges with courage and determination. And this is right with this Two of Cups, Aries. So perhaps this has given us some kind of courage, because the ideation that we have is almost like I don't belong, or I don't deserve, or something like this. But what we've been manifesting, perhaps we've been manifesting working on our job and working on our career, that our back is towards the Two of Cups. I just seen these two fall, and we have Judgment and the Ace of Wands. Look, it's like from the horn that she's blowing, from this flute that she's blowing, is creating these tones, these music, right? And this music is going, and as this music is going, this judgment, it's almost like when the trumpet sounds, and boom, by this music is activating, it's like this judgment is activating this Ace of Wands, which is bringing more music and all the tools that we need, a book, a map, a paintbrush, all these tools that we need. saying that it's all in the fire of your desire. Now, with the Fool in reverse going in towards the Justice, perhaps this is why we have, like, we need more frustration. It's becoming tolerant. It's becoming tolerant. The King of Wands. Maybe we're becoming a leader, a teacher, or, you know, it's our ego. Because the Justice, we have the black and the white cat, and they're both on here. It's like, okay, the good and the evil are both even, and she's feeling the fairness without looking at it. Like, she can know. She has this red book of the law. So perhaps the law is involved here under the frustration, where the Fool in reverse, it's almost like I'm afraid to step into this balance, this truth, what's right, what's just, you know. With the tolerance, it says be generous. This is the booty mudra, and this is the liquid mudra. Helps in cases of edema, accumulation of fluids in the body, and a burning sensation in the eyes. Kidney and bladder complaints can be eased as well. In acute cases, maintain the mudra as long as is needed. In chronic cases, practice it 4 times daily for about 10 minutes. In my experience, when we are faint-hearted, downcast, or make exaggerated demands on ourselves or others, these results always bring suffering, trouble, strife. It's time to put an end to that. Imagine that you are near a majestic waterfall which produces a wonderful rainbow. You freely relinquish all despondencies, all expectations, and all the superfluous fluid in your body to the waterfall. The colorful rainbow expresses all your newfound generosity, sense of lightness, and freedom. You're supposed to say, without expectations, I am free. And this is this. It's like we need more frustration, so that way it builds our tolerance into not expectation, not expecting. And this is the 10 of Wands, and it's perhaps when this is a burden for us. This is where we have problems. We expect it. So when we're in this expectant energy, put your pinky and your thumb together, put your ring finger up and these fingers together and down. Like it said, you can stay like this for up to 10 minutes 4 times a day. Really helping us to be tolerant. Perhaps we're being tolerant of the people that we have to be connected with. With the King of Wands, it's almost like he's turning his back to this connectedness. It's like, I'm going my own way. I'm making my own path. And then I see when we make our own path, the people start following, you know. What about this 2 of Cups? The 2 of Cups. Okay, we have the Star in reverse, and I put that right over the 3 of Cups, which this is this outside energy. Really a reason I see for the lack of trust. Now we have the Page of Wands in reverse with this, so it almost feels like that, like God picked us up, took us off our track on the path that we were walking, and put us in the middle of the woods. And it's like, okay, now use your wand to make a new path. And this is why I said that he's making his own path. And it's almost like not only are you using the wand, but you're using fire. You know, you're breaking it down. You're breaking it down. Perhaps you are really breaking it down. And we're burning it down. This is the closed doors with the 2 of Wands. We're coming into a brick wall, and this is this Aries and Saturn, which we're coming to a brick wall, but we're burning this shit down. And this brick wall could be some kind of lie or injustice or uncertainty. It's like, I don't know where I'm going. The Page of Wands in reverse. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. Look, I knew I felt that Tower in here, and it's almost as if this Knight of Cups is bringing the fire, like with Or maybe this is telling us to release this to going into the fire. Now, this Tower is this sudden thing, like I said, like something sudden happened and God like literally picked us up and put us in the middle of this woods. This Tower moment. This is a sign that the Tower is coming, or perhaps it already has happened now with all this. You know, it seems as though it's almost over with the Ten of Wands. We're almost to the one, which we do have that Ace of Wands is here, where we start this over, you know, with this Judgment. It's like with the sound of this tune, we get an opportunity for new action. Now, with this Knight of Cups in reverse, it's almost as if like he's bringing this, like this lover who's not so good of a lover, he's deceiving us. Maybe this is the lie, and this is the frustration, and this is this, oh, it's like too good to be true, and this dreaming. He's like saying, oh, I want to take care of you, and I want to do this, and then it brings you to the Tower. It brings us to some kind of lies, to some, you know, this connection. It seems like we're going into like I said, a closed door. But perhaps this is what we're working on. The Magician and the Eight of Cups is really putting, it's like we're working through God in this daily thing every day in our career, whatever it is that we're mixing and working our magic. And perhaps it has to do with this healing. It's like we're taking these from the Akashic Records or from the collective conscience or something from the collective. Perhaps this is why the connectedness is so important. It's like we have to connect with the outside so we see our inner star within the inside. Perhaps this does have to do with the south node of the moon really gaining a whole, you know, we're being a pro at the south node, so that way we can follow our north node, and it's really healing the inside. Yeah, because there's these thoughts still with the Five of Swords, but the Ace of Pentacles, it's like these are what brings us this new thing, this new house, this new car, this new adventure. It's like a new path to walk on. And then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, which perhaps this is where it's telling us that we have to go in with the feminine.
Go in with the feminine.
And really, it's like our feelings, our emotions, all that we can't see. It's like our action is good. We can act, but it's like we have to fix the inside. So what we're acting on is connected to the inside. Perhaps this is why the Page of Wands is here with this blank slate. It's like you received a gold ticket to put whatever you want here. You could be whatever you want to be. You know, and it's like this is the Judgment, your second chance. You're getting a second chance at this to be whatever you want to be, to go wherever you want to go. And this is telling us to break free from this. To connect. And perhaps the connectedness is what we need to connect to the spirit and really release these ideations that we have, perhaps of love or of this distrust, or, you know, the lies of this love, all that shit we carry, because we have, you know, it's like the foolish behavior the justice will be served. It's like, yeah, you might be doing this foolish shit behind the back, but the cats know, the scales know, God knows. It's like the foolish, these tables will turn. There will be justice for these foolish actions. And I see her like, yay. So yes, we definitely need less, more frustration perhaps, so to teach us to be tolerant. And this is this is how we release the anxiety. We're taking a step back, so that way there's no hassles. And with the Sun on the bottom, this is a very, I was going to say, awakening experience. And perhaps you do, like, fight it at first. I see halfway through, it's like you're fighting it. You don't want to accept it. You don't want to surrender as this Hangman. But it's almost as if by being in this Five of Swords, where it's like we're We're fighting this with our logical thoughts, with our mind, perhaps with our words. Maybe this is an argument. This is some kind of battle. Usually it's an internal battle, and fives change, create some kind of competition or something. But it's as if that this Five of Swords is what cut him down. Perhaps this is a just action. This is why the justice is here. We're no longer being foolish. We're being afraid. We're stepping into this right action, just action. We're finally upright, and we get this illumination. We get this bright idea. We see this whole thing from a different perspective, and this is what puts us in the Five of Swords, perhaps. You know, we're not giving up. We're not giving up. And this is really connecting with the spirit. Really connecting with the spirit. And this protection. You are protected. Always. It's as if you are, it reminds me of the story of Tobias. I was just reading it. Somebody brought it up in my live, and I'm like, oh, let's find out the story of Tobias and see what it means. And really, his internet broke, and his dad went blind, and he couldn't go after the money that he had led the friend. So he had to send his son. You know, Tobit had to send Tobias. So Tobias was like, I have to travel all this way by myself. Well, here God sent, what is it, Azora, or it begins with the A, an angel, to help him as a real person. They didn't know it was a real person and it was an angel until the whole trip was done. But during this whole trip, he was blessed. Everything good happened. He had all these things, and it's as if perhaps you're going to encounter help from an angel. Like all the strangers are angels. And perhaps they're going to come at a time when we most need it, at our darkest time, when, you know, this is a painful ending that we're just now coming to terms with. We're just now seeing the truth for it all. Perhaps we let it go. With the Three of Pentacles, wow, the Three of Swords, and another 3, 3, 3, 3 with the Queen of Swords in reverse. So perhaps this queen has something to do with the ending. Perhaps she's in amongst one of these three. With the Queen in reverse, I say this could be you finally coming out of being single for a long time. You knew the Queen is widowed. She lost her husband. She's alone. But in reverse, it's like no longer that. She can also be the evil stepmother and like have nothing but mean and ignorant shit to say. Yeah, it might be true, but even in reverse, she could be saying things that aren't true, that she might believe is true, but really isn't true. She might be the cause of this 10. If this queen is you, perhaps you are lying to yourself. But with this 10 in reverse, I see us finally being truthful or honest with ourselves. With perhaps there was a third party. And this is the Three of Pentacles, which this is this teamwork. Which really, I see the two couples in the Two of Cups coming over with a contract, and this guy really shining a light on it. Like, are you looking at all the fine print? Maybe this is a contract we are making. This is like, oh, I do, you do, and he does, and we all work together. Perhaps we are going to some kind of professional when it comes to healing this hurt. Perhaps we are in physical pain, to go see like a specialist or something. With the Three of Swords, this is technically normally a heartbreak, and I see with this Queen of Swords right over it, as if like we're in this Three of Swords real emotional, or perhaps she calls it, or something got cut off. Maybe there is a surgery, but she's really saying the Three of Swords is really saying to really put this logic over your emotion, to really be in this you know, in this real in a mental, in a real good place. Perhaps this is why we're going to the Three of Pentacles. We're talking about it. There's some kind of, you know, this is a professional heartbreaker, professional heart healer. And then we have the Empress, and this is the mother, and this is another reason why I say perhaps this is an evil stepmother or something like that. The Empress does mean creation and abundance, and perhaps we are dealing with all of these Three of Swords, this Ten of Swords, you know, all of this heartbreak and this hurt, so that way we can be abundant. It's like we're finally comfortable. And then I look up and I see the Two of Cups and the connectedness. It's as if like we're finally comfortable within ourselves, within our creation. Perhaps this is really releasing this Queen of Swords energy, or perhaps it's telling us that we're lacking the logic, the lacking the thought, or maybe this is like, oh, something happened that like you can't explain logically. It's like oh, I seen a ghost, and how are you going to explain, you know, something like this. It's like something unexplainable. I hope I was able to deal you some hope, Aries, and that this was helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share if you like, and stay tuned for more. Thank you. Love you.